Hey there, it's Scott with InsideTheCurve.com, back with another Fusion 360 for woodworking tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about the Extrude tool. Yesterday we covered the sketches, and today it's going to be all about the Extrude tool. So with the Extrude tool, it basically turns your sketches into more of a three-dimensional object. So I'm just going to make a basic rectangle like we did yesterday. So I selected my top plane. We do R for rectangle, gives us the 2-point triangle, or triangle rectangle. Draw that. D for dimension. Select this line there. We'll make that 2.5, 2.5 inches. Get this leg 2.5 inches. Okay. Now the next short hotkey we're going to learn, first we're going to hit stop sketch over here, is extrude. So E for extrude, and so it says here profile, select. So we're going to select this profile, and then I like to pan down here, which I selected down here. Okay, and then it's going to pull that up, and you see as I'm going up on the holding this arrow, we're getting measurements outputted depending on where we're at. So you can stop that. Once you stop, it selects that, and then we're going to make this 1 inch. And now we have a 2.5 by 2.5, 1 inch tall cube. Now I want to back up, and remember in the very first one when we were going over the interface, you can see in the timeline we have that the extrude. It starts out as a sketch, and then you can see we got the extrude. Now let's say if I just want to get rid of that extrude, and then we can right click on it and delete, and it'll come back up here to our little tree view, turn that sketch back on, and we can go ahead and make another extrusion. But I want to talk a little more about what's going on in this menu over here. So I selected the cube there, that 2.5 by 2.5 cube, or not cube, but this square right now, and it's given us a few different options. Profile plane, offset plane, from object. That's where you can start from. Direction, one side or two-sided, or symmetric. And it gives us distance or to object. This will we use this to object. We'll say if we're had like a pole, 2 poles, and that we wanted to extrude between the span, you could select the one face on the right pole and select the face on the left pole, and then it'll extrude in between those. That'll make more sense in future videos. But most commonly you're just going to use one side and two-sided, and basically mostly all I use is one side. And the distance, you could type this is the same thing here as it is here, so that's kind of that is in taper angle. Basically puts an angle on when you're extruding that, which I've used a few times when getting into stuff in my CNC, but for our woodworking and demonstration purposes, we're just going to stick with that for right now. So I want to go ahead and show you, creating the sketches on top of sketches, how we can extrude both of those. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to create a circle. Create sketch first. This is what I'm talking about. You got to either sketch on a plane or a face. We're going to sketch on this face. Here, circle. Make a 1/2 inch circle. 0.5. Enter. We'll just leave that right there. So I'm going to hit E for extrude. Just want the E for extrude. Just get the circle. Mouse is twitching out. There we go. I'm going to extrude this up 0.75, so 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Now we can see we extrude our cylinder out. I just want to extrude this out. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to hit join instead of body. And the reason I do that, hit that join, is because I want this to be connected together. When I extruded that, I didn't want it to create its own body. So if you do that, then it would have kind of made this disappear. So now you can see we got a little cube there, or extruded square, and then we got the cylinder in the center there. Not center, but a cylinder. So I'm going to create a new design. Tab like Google up there, Google Chrome if you're familiar. I just show making like I like to keep this basic with our woodworking here. So 2-point rectangle, and let's make that sheet of plywood again. But this time we're going to make it 3-dimensional. So dimension, .48" Okay, by 96, 8 foot, 96 inch. F6 to zoom out to our extents. Okay, E for extrude. I like to pan down so I can see what direction I'm going. So you can either go a plus or a minus on this. I usually go up just because that makes a little more sense to me. So I'll make a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood, 0.75. There's our sheet of plywood. You can pan around it. And then you can do what we did yesterday in the creating sketches thing, and you can make your rectangle over here and draw it in there to get your figure out your layout for your cutting your sheets. Well, that's it for this video on the extrude feature. Tomorrow we're going to learn about defining our sketches. So I hope you enjoyed this Fusion 360 for woodworking series so far. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to keep the videos going. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.